Hey guys, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in this old silver mine here, and unfortunately I can't show the entrance or above workings because that would give away where we are, and I don't want to do that. This is a very special mine filled with a bunch of artifacts. So we just came down for there, and we're going to be heading down the main, we're going to be heading down the shaft and seeing what's down there. There's a lot of stuff in here from the 50s and the 60s, not necessarily vintage like 30s or 40s, but still really cool stuff. This mine's in amazing shape. I mean, look at these ladders and everything. The timbers we've seen are great. Very well preserved mine. Very few people know about it, and very few people come here. All right, we got a fork in the road here. Why don't we go to the right first and see what we got? Okay, we have an ore chute. Let's see if we can get a look up into there. Yeah, that's one. Looks like they took the track. The cross ties are still here. The track is gone. Okay, what do we got here? Hello, bats. We have another, let's see, we have another ore chute here. I don't think that will go up to anything. Let's go under this one. This one has a metal door. Very interesting. And looks like it's gonna stop over here. That doesn't go anywhere else. But this probably goes to your upper stopes. Or maybe not. It's weird. This ladder doesn't go to anything. Wonder why they would put it here. Let's see if I can see over there. I don't really see anything. I don't know why they would put that ladder there.
Looks like they boarded it up
there. There could be an upper stope. It might have collapsed. Yeah. I don't recall there being anything up there. I'm looking right now. It just stops. They may have just put that there. I don't know why, but that doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Oh, we got some carbide graffiti. Carbide miners graffiti right here. Looks like 12/6/75. Looking back this way, a lot of unused timbering here stacked up in really good shape. You can't find wood like this at Home Depot anymore. Here's an old tank sitting right over there. That's pretty cool. Looking back this way, we got a fuse box here. Three-phase, 240 volts. Okay. What do we got over here? Just gotta keep an eye out for old mines like this. You know, you don't want to step on dynamite or blasting caps, so you always gotta watch where you're stepping in these old mines. I'm not seeing any explosives over here so far. Looks like there's a bunch of flexible hose over there. Looks like there's an inner tube of some sort. You see there's a little valve on the end there. Electrical wire. Man, look at those old light bulbs.
Oh yeah.
Those are cool. You know, you can't even get light bulbs anymore that they're original. They're all LED now. But they do save power. Here's some more fuse boxes on the ground. This thing looks like it was standing up at some point. Someone cut this down. I would probably imagine some tweakers were in here and they were helping themselves to the metals. That's pretty interesting. All right. we're gonna go through. It looks like this was an air door at some point. Please close door. Trojan Powder Company. They use dynamite boxes to put over here. So the other side of the air door is missing. I think that's that.
The other half.
That's what we were standing on right there. And look at that ventilation pipe. Still hanging where it's supposed to be. Oh wow, look at this. We got a whole station right here. With the ventilation pipe hanging up. And
Two-way track.
oh wow, look at this. Shell multi-purpose grease. Routinax A. They probably use this to grease the. Let's see if there's any grease left in it. Oh yeah, there's plenty of grease left in there. Looks like the day they left it. Well, here we got a little workstation. All the tools are missing, unfortunately. This is where the must have been their base of operations. Look at this. You can definitely tell. Let's see if we can get a year on here. Look at this old car. Yeah, 1970s, the Dart. Yeah. What was that?
Fighter jet, I think.
Was that?
I think it was a fighter jet.
That was interesting. The hell is that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't like hearing things like that in mine.
Yeah, that was really weird right there. Let's I'm gonna put my bag down and we're gonna see what we got over here. Look at this. We got this right here. Air vent filter. This is interesting. I don't know what this could have been right here. Carbide lamp. A box to a carbide lamp right here. Just Right Manufacturing Company. Carbide lamp. So this is what the miners would use back in the day. They would use carbide. Here's a blasting cap container. There are no blasting caps in here, unfortunately. Those are all gone. Atlas Powder Company. Another fuse box. George? Who's George? George smoking? I might have said no smoking at one point. That's interesting. But look at this thing right here. We got a whole hoist system right here, and this was to bring up that bucket right there from the shaft. So it looks like someone painted it many different colors at one point, but that's what they used that bucket of grease for over there, was to grease the cogs on here. You still got the cable on here. That's amazing. Not sure what that could have been for. You got this is all the controls for it. Your hoist emergency switch. On, off. You have a time, and I don't know what that is. Maybe a time card or something of the sorts. This would control your hoist. Down, up, or to stop it. And here's another box here. A breaker panel of some sort. And yep, here's your main here's your main shaft right here. So you have an ore chute. Let's see if we can look up. You got another sort of chute over there on hinges on the bottom. So that's where we're going to be going. Think safety first. Think safety first, absolutely. Top 73 foot first. This probably goes into another stope of some sort over there. There's a bunch of stuff up there, but unfortunately there's no ladder going up there. But let's have a better look at, I'm just gonna close this real quick. Let's have a better look at, wow, look at these. You got your transformers here. And this is awesome. So here's your bucket. And I've seen this in a different mine, but on the outside. Here's your bucket. We'll be bringing up this ore right here. That's pretty cool. So they didn't have a skip car system in this mine. They just had a hoist and a bucket. And then I'm sure at one point there was an ore car, and they would put it in the ore car, and it would head on the tracks down that way to the portal. Or they would use the hoist system, which we saw further in the beginning of the mine. We're going to check that out on the way out of here. But just look at this. I mean, it's still connected. It's still, whoopsies, still connected and everything. Got a couple of rocks up in there, and that cable is going all the way up there like that, and it is coming down to this ore bucket right here. So we're gonna let's check around, take some pictures, and then we're gonna get ready to head down this shaft right here. Forgot to point this out here. Okay, so number 1, load ready. The bell for number 2, answer phone, and the 3 would be to turn the air on or off, or the outside bell, and this would probably be the bell right here. So they would press this, it would ring, and then got your isolators up here. Air ventilation system is still attached. This is so cool. Okay, so we're gonna have a look down the shaft right here. I'm guessing it's about 100 to 200 feet. So you've seen me go down ladders all the time, so I'll just pick back up filming when we get to a drift level, and we'll see what we can find. So we're literally 5 feet down already, and I thought we had a drift here, but it's just a little, I guess, storage, if you would call it. There's a bunch of old newspapers here. Let's see if we can get a date on this. 1969. Block out the name here, but
What the name? Oh.
something from Atlas Copco Incorporated via air mail. It's pretty cool. And there's some more ventilation pipe, newspaper everywhere. Yeah, it's a small little, what's this over here? Westinghouse lamps. Interesting. Okay, so again, going to explain about this shaft right here. You don't have skip car tracks because they're using a bucket. The bucket would ride on these wood rails right here, so there was no need for skip car tracks. There's no need for rail car track in a mine like this. So they would just use this. And the bucket would ride up and down on that cable, and the last place they left the bucket is where they left it when this mine shut down. We're going to keep on going down. I just wanted to take a minute to pause and show how cool this stuff is right here. So we're just below the 100 level here. It almost looks like there was a drift going down this way, and it looks like they tried to timber it up the best they could, but it's collapsed over time. You can kind of see it, and unfortunately there's no way to get down through there. So again, there's your nice timbers that the bucket would ride on. Yeah, we're gonna small little area here. Yeah, probably using it for storage and whatnot. It doesn't look like they're doing any mining over here. But a lot of wood here. A lot of carbide graffiti here. Big John. 1959. I can't read what that says on that timber right there. It says something. It
Level?
not really. Not a working level. It just stops over here.
Exploratory.
We got a big box of something over here. Pipe fittings. A box of pipe fittings. So yeah, it looks like they might have been exploring down there, but they did not continue mining over there.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of wood. I'm sure this is where they were throwing those scraps when they didn't need it, ladder pieces and whatnot. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to meet up with you down at the bottom of this bottom here in a minute. There's one more piece of carbide writing here that I saw. Right there, Buddy Maggers from 6/19/59. pretty cool. Okay, so we just came down here, and it looks like this it ends here, but it actually keeps going down this way. But we're gonna check here. It's just like it's kind of like a copy of what we saw back up at the top there with the workstation. Right here, you got 2 jars here, and I believe they're water. And then you have this. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if it's carbide or something else, but I'm not going to touch it. Old Pepsi can. An old mix. Oh, that was left by someone else.
Somebody didn't finish.
Yeah. Look at an old mix here from like the 70s or the 60s. It's just missing the bottom pieces.
My mom used to have one.
Yeah. Look at this. We got a book here. Burmese Days by George Orwell. I guess those miners got bored and they had to read. An old Coke can, also from the. See if we can get a date on this one. Oh, 1980 Olympic Committee. This is from the 1980s. Look at this.
What you got? Circle
K Coffee Club, 1984. Isn't that a cool find?
Yeah, I'll get a picture of that.
Got a 76 lubricants. I've seen these in a couple of mines in my YouTubing career so far. But yeah, so we're gonna go this way, and then we're gonna come back and look at the goodies on this side.
I will post it to the group and see if anyone would know.
So here's your air door. This of course like this.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah. So instead of using bacon stripping, they were using these rock bolts, and they were using plywood to hold everything together up here. So no bacon stripping in this mine. It's interesting to see that they were using plywood to hold the rock in place. And just look at that. I can't get enough of that timbering. It's just absolutely incredible.
See here. Oh, very cool.
Got some ore cart track right here. That just stops down over there. A little test drilling. But the cross ties are gone over here. I don't see them anymore. They used to sit right over here. At least this wall is starting to come apart. This side, the rock on the side is starting to come apart. Dock, May something, 8/15/1964. Look at all this ore cart track right here. It's laying in a pile. A lot of ventilation piping. This mine was surveyed on 5/12/1966 by a guy named LR. So we must be at the 150 level, I'm assuming. I'm gonna go ahead and say we're at the 150 level.
Yeah, we're at 150 for sure.
Surveyed. Who is surveyed? You get it? Who is surveyed? Who is he?
Oh, he's a
I don't know.
guy, don't you know?
Some humor down here in this whole mine. All right, we're gonna go this way, and it looks like this actually just stops over here. I'm not seeing much. Just a bunch of wood, and look at that. That should all just coming apart right there. So I don't think it's worth going down there. What do we got in here? Oh, there's your ammo. Here's your ammonium nitrate and fuel oil. There, your sweat and dynamite sticks. Oh boy. Oh hello, look at that. Those are sweating pretty good. There's your 2 40-pound bags. That's not something you want to start digging your hands into right there. Wow. Okay, I think we're gonna keep going this way.
Down the tunnel we go.
Yep, yep.
Trying to stay alive.
All right, we got a up, out, and down. Okay, so people who don't know the directions would know where they were. Looks like this goes for quite a ways here. We're gonna go down here and see where this goes here. But yeah, these are all. This type of rock is just it'll come off at any time. This is a newer style plastic ventilation tubing, and it's been down here a while because when the plastic gets really brittle, it just starts to crack. Back to the metal ventilation type. Looks like we have reached the end.
Is the end?
Perhaps, I'm not sure. We'll see when we turn a corner. No, it keeps going a little bit this way. Well, this is the end of this area right here. It's a bunch of stuff over there. We got an ore chute over here. Hello, bat. This is probably this ladder up here is probably going to go to your stopes up in the top, and this ore chute's all plugged up. You can see right there. You got a can in the corner right there, over there. And there's a bunch of stuff down here. I like to point out a bunch of different things that have died and fallen down here. Here's looks like you got a rat right here. The spine is something. That's probably part of the same animal. There's another one there. There's something over there. So everyone was dying over here. There's an old beetle right there. Interesting how they all ended up over here. Oh, and there's another one right there. I'm not even sure what these are. A little mouse right there. But we're going to look up into this. And this right here is going to go into probably to a stope level. But it's all plugged up over here. Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah. That's where their mining was going on. And, yeah. There's a lot of different stuff in here. A lot of dead animals. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, we still haven't found that mine cat yet. We gotta look for him.
Tunnel on the other side of the shaft.
Might be on, might also be on the next level down.
Yeah.
Westinghouse light bulbs. They were just throwing all their junk in there, and because they decided not to keep drilling. Newspaper, probably from the same era as what we were looking at before. And here's a look down this drift right here. Okay, so we're back at this workstation, and there's I didn't want to film it. There's a dog down here. Looks like it's been gone for quite a while under the rocks, and being a dog lover, I didn't want to film that and put it on YouTube, so I left that as it is. But anyway, we're back here by that interesting looking container full of MSA. I don't even want to know what that is. So this is interesting. So you have a base of an ore cart, and you have this platform on top of it. So they're obviously using this for some purpose.
It's almost like an ore cart flatbed trailer.
Yeah, so they were just repurposing it and making it into something different. Yeah. I'm sure it still rolls, but it might be... This one is not as... Oh, yeah. She rolls a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, it moves a little bit. It's a little heavier than that... ore cart, which you're going to see in the upcoming video after this one. A lot bigger. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Looks like some sort of bucket, bucket over here.
More bucket.
There's a shovel, or that's interesting. So over here, there's a bunch of random junk. This garbage Gojo hand cleaner. And they still make that stuff today. Ladder section. Jeed Bin Send. 72164. I don't know about you, but people had weird names back then. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and assume that this ends over here. Interesting arrow here. Nothing there. Well, does this fork off in two different directions here? Well, that ends over there. And it looks like this ends over here. This is an older looking horseshoe right here. This is definitely collapsed. It's not as good a shape as the other ones. That's just a... Oh yeah, it's all collapsed up there. We should look at that, huh? More newspaper.
Yeah, I think this is the end.
Yeah. And this just ends over here. And I wonder if this newspaper is the same year as the stuff we found closer to the surface. Let's see if we can get a date on here. 1968. Is that? I can't remember if that's the same or not. Look at this. Okay. So back then you can get a really nice bed for $108. Or 174 for like something you'd see in a palace. A bed like that today would be easily over $1,000. It's just really crazy to see how things have changed.
Yeah.
Vinyl something. Vinyl floor for $6.35 per yard. Blind flight simulator. That's interesting. Oh wow! Look at this. Look at these old TVs. 358 football bowl special, RCA. And just remember, back in the day, like, a family to be able to afford a TV like this was like, insane,
Yeah.
I remember when my family got our first flat screen. I thought we were kind of rich. Globe Shopping City. Very interesting. But yeah, just add that in inflation, and something like that now would be over $1,000. That's pretty cool. There's more stuff right there. There's more cheap prices for everything. A whole bedroom set for only $288. Wow.
Oh, here's the crew for Apollo 8.
A couch for $277, and a 5-piece dining room set for $249.
Don't sit on that.
Oh yeah.
This is the Apollo 8 crew right here.
Wow. Okay. Because it wasn't 1969. Like, wasn't that around the time that happened?
Yeah, Apollo 8, Apollo 13.
Wow.
Let me get a picture. This is history right here.
That's cool.
Oh, it didn't work.
$288 for a Magic Chef range, and I just can't get over how there's a difference in prices. That's insane.
I knew it.
Danny's heading in this direction. We're gonna go down here and see what he found. Dead end?
Dead end.
Interesting. Yeah. Kind of a false promise here, huh? Looked like it kept going, but it didn't. Don't forget, we still have a whole nother drift. I believe it was going that way.
Yeah. I wonder if that's Wise footprint.
I wonder if this is like an old miner's jacket or something. Something of the sort, right? Is
No.
yeah, it has a zipper on it. Probably an old miner's jacket or something they had.
Why would he strip naked in a mine?
I don't know. I don't know. More newspaper. Everywhere newspaper. I wonder if that... wonder what that powder substance is.
I don't know.
Hey, there's another beautiful woman for you right there in the newspaper. Yeah, so you can see where they were drilling right here to make this little drift, and you can see how far in they were going with these drills. And then when they blasted the rock, you can see half of the drill hole. What is this? Sullivan. Sullivan what? There was something on here at one point. Okay. I almost wonder if this was on that at one point.
Huh.
I almost wouldn't be surprised, you know?
Right. I know it.
There's more of that, I think this is just foam, honestly. Yeah, that right there is foam.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was looking at the other box and I'm like, wait, what is that? Is this a foam too? Oh yeah, it's just foam. Here I am looking at it like it's gonna kill me, and it's just a box of foam. Okay. Here's another air door right here. And any signs or anything? Nope, not on this one. But they would close these when they were working.
Oh yeah?
And here's another ladder here, probably going up to your stopes. Let's check it out real quick.
Good color.
Yeah, they were mining up in there. If anything, like the rest of this mine is probably unstable.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, that all, what's he got down here? I wonder if we, I wonder if we were looking at that from the other direction. We might have been. Okay, wow, look at this. Just look at all this timber here. This whole entire drift, all timbered up. You smell it? Smell that? I think it's like a pine or something like that. It smells brand new.
Smells like wood.
Yeah. But what kind? I'm thinking it's pine. It's something like that. I'm not an expert in different types of trees, but it does smell nice. It literally smells like they built this mine and then they worked it for a little while and then they kind of walked away. But it was operated in those years. Operated for a decent amount of time. But things just are in really good shape. And okay, what do we have here? We have a false floor.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over this quickly. Yeah, there. Oh, right there, yeah. It's not a far drop. It's all collapsed underneath there, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see the pressure from the mountain moving. It's starting to move everything around under here.
That's comforting.
But yeah, they were sure bringing out a lot of stuff, and must be a pretty decent sized stope up in there. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. There's an ore chute. And then over here, that might go down to where that shaft is that we saw when we came in. So this is just another way down over there. we will probably end up going down the main shaft instead of that. But that does go down that way. So right here's some sort of miner's jacket. I think it was a leather at one point. Yeah, this is an old leather jacket.
Right.
Yeah, well, miner's leather jacket right there. That's pretty cool. Okay, a lot of wood. A lot of wood scrap right here. It's an interesting box. I remember seeing another video on this place and it said where it was. There's nothing on here that would suggest. I think this was the box. Not sure if it says anything on it. Might have been a box for it. They might put tools in it or something.
Yeah.
But I did read this was like some sort of something, but there's no markings on it. And here's your mine cat right here.
Oh, nice.
Little mine cat. He's been down here a long time. I think he was down here a little longer than that dog has.
Oh, yeah.
But, okay. There's sure a lot of ventilation pipe here. It was taken down for some reason, obviously. So this drift goes for quite a while. Now we have to make it back to the maybe 3,500 feet in here, down this drift. And then we gotta make it back to the workstation and see how further down this thing does go. I don't know what those are. Oh, looks like we're at a dead end over here. Yep, that is it. Looks like it was backfilled over there. Looking at that. Okay, so we're going to turn around and we're going to head back to the workstation. And go down, keep going down the shaft and see what we can find down there. Yeah, so here's a little bit of mine porn here. You got a lady, you got the, I don't have to explain, but, yeah.
This is where babies come from.
Yeah, yeah, very well said, but yeah, just the miners would get bored, so they would just, draw that stuff. I guess they were away from their wives for a while, so, but we're gonna keep on going over here. Oh, look at this, they use Orcart track here to hold up this this timber right here.
Smart idea.
Yeah. So this must have been coming down when they were working and they just had to stabilize it the best they could. That's pretty cool. Smart, very smart. I've never been in a mine that has this much timber in one section.
Me either.
Okay, back to the air door. Right here. And we're back to our main shaft and we're going to go down. I forgot to point this out before we were down here. Look at this old Union Carbide, calcium carbide barrel, small one. But that's pretty cool. That's old calcium carbide, Union Carbide barrel. That's very neat. Unfortunately, it's all smushed. 25-pound miner's lamp. And you can see some of the carbide coming out of the bottom right there. It's that white powder. Cool find. So there are a couple cool things I noticed while we're taking a break right here. There, I believe there was a bell at the top of the shaft somewhere. And there's a, to ring it, I believe you would yank on this. Or maybe it was this. I know there was a bell somewhere, and it would tell them when they would yank it, and it would tell the people up top what to do. And down here, this is your this is switch to the direction the ore cart was going right here. This thing at the end of this rope right here. Well, if you look at this, and this should move it.
Maybe.
You gotta see if you look there. Yeah, there you go. Look,
wait, I'll get a video.
the track is moving like that. That's pretty cool. So that would just move the direction the ore cart would want to go.
Do it one more time. We'll get on video.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, now.
You would push this down like this, and in turn it would move this rod, and it would change the direction the ore cart was going. So they would change it for ore cart to go either that way or that way, which is pretty cool. And it's still functioning, not very well because of all the rocks and the ladder in the way, but you can kind of get the general idea. And this to be connected, you know, a guy down below or somewhere would probably pull it on this, which is pretty cool. I've never seen anything like that before in a mine.
Very cool.
It's a very, very, very cool find. Okay, so we're at the very, very bottom of this mine here, and there's a dead something over there. I'm not quite sure what that is. It was like a big rat or something. There's another one there. There are a bunch of beetles everywhere. There's another one there. There's another one there. Man, everyone fell down here, huh? Oh, it looks like a rabbit, actually. And I know there's a snake. There's a snake right there. Yeah, all the animals fell to their death over here. Probably came from down here. They probably came down to main level. Hello. Here's a look at Danny coming down here. Look down this shaft. Interesting how it kind of twists. It's not straight up. But this is it. And then here's a stop button for that hoist. It'll probably stop it when they need to. And here's the thing. I'm wondering if there was a bell connected to the other end of this. There might have been. I'm not sure. We're going to wait for Danny to get down here. And I'm going to start walking down this way, see what we can find. Did?
Yeah.
Alright, there's one beetle down here that, well, I don't know. Probably doesn't have much time left, but he is down here. Interesting sign here. It says, help keep this dam, I'm guessing. Looks like D-A-M. Help keep this damn place clean.
Yeah.
They probably wanted the miners to keep their work area clean, which makes sense. Another thing for people watching my channel, if anyone knows why this smells like oil, please let me know. These are not ventilation pipes. It's not water, not air. There's something different. I'm not 100% sure what this could be. But let me know in the comments if you do.
Coming in for a landing. Oh.
There it is. Yeah, I was just saying, look at the way the shaft twists as it goes up. It's not one straight shot down. It goes up and then it just kind of twists a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna check out this last level. Ventilation pipe still hanging up in here. Very good. A root beer. Craigmont root beer. Ah, this came from Safeway. Would you look at that?
Come on.
That's a cool little bottle. I wish they still made them like that. And you know what? I think things were much cooler back in the day.
They were.
I like vintage stuff. They had better taste back then.
Oh, absolutely.
They had better taste.
Back when America was America.
Nice, man, there's ventilation pipe everywhere in this mine stacked up. You got a lot of electrical wire here. I actually read they would grease the track with these. It'll help keep the ore cars going, especially around the corners.
Yeah.
And, you know, they might get kind of hung up or slow down, so they would just keep everything moving smoothly in here. Probably also used it for that big wheel up there, the big drum.
Probably, yeah.
There's
that too.
Someone broke their shovel there. What's this here? Miner's lamp, another carbide barrel right here.
Cool.
It should be blue and white, but you can tell. And looks like they've used it as garbage.
Interesting.
This one's all plugged up here of ore.
Over here? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the other end of the shovel. I wonder if the miner got mad and broke his shovel.
Probably.
Let's see. What is this right here? Antifreeze. And see, they would just use whatever they had down here because there's grease and oily grease in here too. So they cut the top off and just put their grease in there. You got a respirator? This is an old style respirator. Look at this. Wow.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Here's a working area here. Doing a bunch of work. There we go. Be careful not to bump anything. Okay. I am dirty now if I wasn't before. Okay. Wow, look at this. Be very careful over here.
Oh, yeah.
This stuff is ready to come down at any moment. Just gotta move some rocks out. There we go. All right, made it past that sketchy section. Backfill over there. So what they would do is they want to drag all this material out. They would just put it in any available spot they had.
Yeah.
We're getting down to the end here, it looks like. Well, looks like we got a false floor here. Yep, we do. We're standing on a Jenga. We're standing on a Jenga game right here. Right. I'm gonna go first.
Yep.
Yeah, false floor for sure. I mean, it doesn't go down terribly far, but still, you don't want to be caught in all that in case it does go.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that false floor sure isn't false anymore, is it?
Nope.
It's true. It just came down. Yeah, that's interesting. A little platform right here. We got a duck under this. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, here we go. 87 millimeter gun shell
Huh.
for 37 millimeter auto gun.
Cool.
So this is an old military box. That's pretty interesting.
That is.
You look at it right there. That's awesome. Wow. Huh. Interesting. Wonder what that's doing down in the mine.
It is.
Yeah, so I was just saying it's getting kind of hot and stuffy down here. I think this is the end right here. I'm not seeing anything, and this is it. Drill hole going down there. Okay. Well, this is the end of the mine on the lower workings. We still have to go up and check out some of the upper workings before I came down that shaft. But yeah, this is what we got here. We're gonna go back up to the top and well, not to the surface. I can't show anything, like I said, but we're gonna go up to the first level and check a little stuff out there, see what we can find. And that'll be a wrap for this video. So this is a manway that I saw from the level above us. So here's another way of getting down. But we're not gonna go back up that way. We're gonna go back up the main shaft and head back to the surface. I just didn't notice that before. But and the timbers smell just as amazing down here as they do on that upper level. Got the carbide can again. Okay, so these are track connectors. Right here, these things. If you look, you'll see them right down in here at the end of my finger. They will put these like this, one on this side and one on the other side. They'll bolt them together. That's how they build the track and keep it together in a mine like this. It's pretty cool to see. I haven't seen that before. So I don't see a thing to move the track, but you can move it by hand pretty easily.
Oh wow.
This is switch this way. So if they wanted to put an ore car and just leave it there, they would switch the track. And if they want to haul it up to the shaft, just go like that and boom, there you go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Did not notice that the first time. Okay. Alright, up we go. Up we go. Back to the surface. Grab our bags and head back up to the first level in this mine. Taking a quick break here before we head up to the surface. And I'd like to point out this is one of the best drill bits I've ever seen. It almost looks practically brand new. And it even has the name of the company that made it. Coromant Sandvik. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to check a little bit on this level over here. I know I didn't film much here yet. Going back through your air door. I got a picture of that. Oh no, I have one yet. Okay, going this way. So we established that this doesn't really go down that far. This just goes down this way. Got that ore chute right there. I think we did come down here already. This is the main haulage added in this mine. It's actually quite chilly in here. It's not like 70 something outside. It's colder air in here. So at one point this was collapsed right here, and it was dug out. So we're gonna go back up this way. and go to the other side. All right. Take my backpack off here. This is kind of narrow. I gotta put it up like that. Okay. All right. All right, we're now on the other side of this collapse right here. I believe there was a slope up here. And just let go. Yeah, this wire came crashing down. Blocked this area up. So. Okay. So over here you got a false floor right by this piece of machinery. Smaller hoist, not as big as the other one, chain driven, electric powered. Yeah. Pictures here. Okay. Look at all these pipe fittings here. Wow. This is their maintenance area, but what I'd like to point out is there's a lot of canned stuff here. And there's a whole bunch of it here. So, I mean, this is probably how they were eating. They would store their food in here. There's quite a lot of stuff. Let's see if we can get a date on here. Well, delmonte.com, so this was in the age of the internet. 2023. Interesting. Best Buy 2023. But some of these look a little older. I don't know. It's really interesting. Newer canned food in this old mine. Oh, that's very interesting. You got a bunch of nails in here, peanut butter from 2023. More nails and pipe fittings and fuse boxes and oil filters and just a bunch of stuff they needed around the mine. Pretty cool. We're gonna go back to that main area and check it out real quick. Right where that shaft was, down there. And then I think that'll be it. Here we are. That's going to conclude this mine exploration. Very interesting mine. I'm telling you, there are a lot of artifacts in here from the 50s and 60s. The amount of stuff, the amount of stuff that's just down here is incredible. The amount of stuff that's down here is incredible. Very cool mine, very interesting workings. A lot of timbering. The ladders are in excellent shape. I mean, look at this drum, the hoist behind me. Everything's all here. It's all intact. Very cool mine. Now, these are the kind of mines I like going to. And like I said, these mines are hard to find in such good shape. They haven't been looted and ransacked and things taken from them. So, if you guys do know where this mine is, please keep the location name out of the comments. and the name of the mine and everything. Just let's keep this mine pristine for future explorers to visit when they come here. So we're gonna head on out of here, and that's gonna be a wrap. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you in the next one.